What's the deal, you guys? What's the deal? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on? All right, now let's go ahead and get into today's video. We got a couple of things to talk about today, and it's all housewives related. So let's go ahead and get into the mess, y'all. So we're gonna start off with Nneka. Now, if you guys don't remember Nneka was a one-season wonder. She came into the Real Housewives of Atlanta in season 8, and she was best known for beefing with Wendy over a shrine. And she recently did an interview with one of my favorite bloggers. I think it was called, I think they're called a Reality Rundown, if I'm not mistaken. They're one of my faves, honey. And if y'all follow them, let them know that they're one of my faves, honey. All right. So, but then again, I don't know if it was Reality Rundown that she did an interview with, or was it No Chaser that she did an interview with, because I like them both. But it's on the No Chaser platform, so it might be theirs. Who knows? But as a matter of fact, it was No Chaser, but I love him too. Because based off the article, it says we spoke with Nneka about all things Potomac at the Reality Rundown Live DC reunion watch party. So basically, the Reality Rundown had a they had like an event, and No Chaser was there. So basically, so shout out to the Reality Rundown for having an event, and shout out to No Chaser for getting this interview. However, we're gonna go ahead and get into what we're here to talk about now. Nneka did the interview with No Chaser, and she basically says that she doesn't think that she got a fair shot during season 8, and she talks about her place in the legacy of the Real Housewives of Potomac and what she would do differently. So let's go ahead and get into that, and then of course we'll be back to get my opinion.
This is Nneka Eheim, and you're watching No Chaser TV, where you want to be. A lot of Bravo celebrities, everyone send me DMs and whatnot, share their thoughts, and especially I will say, a lot of people have rewatched season 8 in the past couple of months, so I've been getting a lot more. Where I land is, I agree. You know, I feel like I have a lot going on in my life. I showed a lot. I was very transparent. I, put it all on the table, because you can't sign up for reality TV and not be real. So when I agreed to do this with my husband, we agreed to showcase everything, and we did. And to see that, everything wasn't really shown that well in the editing and how things turned out. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm still grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the friendships I've made. And I mean, I'm still here. And I think the show will be remembered for just having phenomenal, dynamic women, Black women, who are all doing well. They're all successful in their own right. They all have different backgrounds and upbringing, and bringing everyone together in one platform and really just showcasing their lives, and also being able to have conflict, resolve, and move on, and still a sisterhood. My place in that, I mean, it's really strange, like you previously mentioned, that someone like me who had been on for one season is still very present, right? I'm still, like you said, I'm everywhere. You turn around, you see me, I'm here and there. I think it's a staple to real relationships can be built. And also you can be your authentic self, and people will receive you. And not everyone has to like you, because others really love you. Well, I certainly think a lot of things could have been done differently, handled differently, and communicated differently. Regarding my own scenario, right? I think there's different ways to handle conflict. And I think some things could have been handled differently, for sure.
All right, so that was Nneka, and she was basically talking about her place on the Real Housewives of Potomac and why she feels like she didn't get a fair shot. I will honestly say that at the beginning of the Real Housewives of Potomac season 8, when she first came on, like I really didn't have an issue with Nneka at the beginning, but it felt like she was only focused on Wendy. And once you make your primary focus on one damn person, it kind of comes across as though, it kind of come across as like that's all you have to offer is just that one person. You really ain't got no story of your own to offer anybody. You really ain't got nothing to talk about, to be honest. And that was it. All you did was talk about Wendy. You really didn't have anything to give us anymore. And you say that you showed more. And if you did show more and Bravo didn't just show that, then that's fucked up on their end. But just judging by what we saw, all you had to offer was Wendy. And that's all you could give us. And yeah, that was only gonna go so damn far. You can't think that you're gonna beef with a person that the entire season and then think that it's going to continue on. Like that's just how it is for me. So in my opinion, I I just feel like Nneka, you got cut because you needed to get cut, and there was really nothing else that you could really give us. And I know a lot of people want Nneka to come back, and I honestly feel like the people that want Nneka to come back are people that just don't like Wendy, because those are the people that I see, asking for Nneka to come back. Because I don't see no sane person asking for her to come back at all, because she didn't really give shit or do shit. But sorry to this woman. Let's move on to the next topic of the day. Let's get into Monique and Stacy. Now, you guys know that Stacy has been a hot topic on the Real Housewives of Atlanta Real Housewives of Potomac this past season. That's all they've talked about is Stacy. Stacy this, Stacy that. Stacy been a hot topic all over this season. Monique came along, and then they started to make, cause a little bit of tension between Monique and Stacy. And a lot of this had a lot to do with Monique's now ex-husband, Chris Samuels, or whatever. So at this particular moment, it kind of comes across like this. That it was a lot of the women in the group making it seem like Stacy was fucking around with Chris Samuels and all of that, and making it seem as though she wasn't being genuine. And even Monique came with some kind of receipts of some sort at the reunion, making it look like Stacy has been lying all this time. Well, since the reunion has aired, Monique has come out with a statement. Now, Monique stated that a lot of time has passed since the reunion was filmed, and after gaining more info since then, I don't believe Stacy had anything to do with any of that bullshit. I'll probably go live on IG at some point this week and give y'all the entire story. I haven't watched the reunion episodes yet, so let me catch up and get back to you, but I at least wanted to clear her name on all of it. So that was basically Monique clearing Stacy's name and basically letting the people know that Stacy had nothing to do with anything that transpired with Chris. And I think that it's kind of embarrassing. Because everybody was so gun-ho on making this a Stacy situation. Everybody was so gun-ho about saying, oh, this bitch did that. This bitch did this bitch did that. She was trying to fuck Chris. She was going back telling Chris shit that happened on the show. She was going back telling this. She was going back telling that. And that's what everybody was saying. And even I was like, well, it can't be so far-fetched for her to go back and tell him if she is in contact with him. That was my whole thing about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because if she's in contact with him, like, is it that hard to believe that she could have possibly said something? But then the more that I think about it, it kind of goes right back to, it may be a little bit of Ashley might be involved. It might be a little bit of Kiana might be involved, because Kiana talks to Cookie and Cookie can't stand Stacy. We don't know why Cookie can't stand Stacy, but she can't stand Stacy for whatever reason. So it's a whole lot of factors up in this. And I think that all of these factors that's involved in this, they all have come together and decided that we're just going to blame this whole situation on Stacy. We're just going to blame this whole situation on Stacy. We're just going to do this to Stacy. We're just going to make it seem like it's all Stacy's fault. We're going to make this her thing. We're going to make it her situation. We're going to make it her fault pretty much. So that's just the way that it is, and that's the way that it comes across to me. I will say that I'm glad that Monique actually cleared Stacy's name, but even though she's cleared Stacy's name, people are still kind of feeling some type of way about her even doing that. And I don't know why y'all feeling any kind of way about her doing that, because if she didn't clear Stacy's name, then y'all would be mad about it. Just be glad that Monique was just stood up and said, okay, y'all, this is what happened. This girl ain't had nothing to do with none of this shit. I don't know why they saying she had anything to do with that shit, but she really ain't had nothing to do with it, to be quite honest. So I'm just going to clear her name right now, and we can move on from it. I don't see what's wrong with that, but I feel like once you don't like somebody, then no matter what you do, it ain't going to come across the right way, to be honest. And that's the way that it looks to me. They really don't give a fuck, to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to say about it. But I just think that at the end of the day, she did what she was supposed to do. She came out when she got all of the information and she put it out there. So shout out to Monique for that. I ain't mad with her for it. So let's move on to the next topic of the day. And the next topic is Miss Pinky Cole, honey. Let's get into Pinky Cole. Now, Pinky Cole is the owner and CEO of Slutty Vegan. We know that. And we also know that she's on the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she has had a whole lot of conversations centered around her ever since it was revealed that she was going to be on the cast. Don't know why it's been a whole lot of conversation about her and her looks and everything under the sun, but it has been. But apparently, A month away from the show airing, we find out that Miss Pinky Cole, the owner of Slutty Vegan, has filed for Chapter 11 in bankruptcy with nearly $1.4 million in debt. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, Slutty Vegan, founded by Aisha Pinky Cole, has officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, citing nearly $1.4 million in debt, according to court documents. Reports show that the company owes about 1.2 million to the U.S. Small Business Administration and nearly $192,000 to the Georgia Department of Revenue. On top of that, a landlord previously filed a lawsuit claiming more than $87,000 in unpaid rent, late fees, and interest for two Edgewood Avenue locations. Slutty Vegan first popped up as a food truck back in 2018 and quickly expanded to 14 locations at its peak. While several of these spots have since been closed, the brand made a major impact on Atlanta's food scene. What's interesting is that the bankruptcy filing comes as Pinky prepares to step into a new spotlight with her upcoming reality TV debut on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Child. So that's exactly what the article on the Neighborhood Talk said. Now, for those of you who don't know, when people file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, it doesn't necessarily mean that a person is broke. It doesn't necessarily mean that. But you do know when people hear the words bankruptcy, they think that you're broke as hell and they think that you ain't got no money. But that's not what that means. What that means is when a person files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, that means she's reorganizing. It means that she's doing restructure and she's doing this to help her pay off her debt. A lot of entrepreneurs do this a lot of the times. You feel what I'm saying? I think that when people are in small business, they do stuff like that. Like they file bankruptcy to protect them from debt. They do that to do them. They do that to do this. You know that's what they do. So that's what it is when it boils down to bankruptcy. A lot of people do that. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're broke. It means that it's a business strategy. That's all it is. And even when it came out that she was, filing bankruptcy, Pinky Cole came out and did a response to that because everybody was going in on her ass about, going bankrupt and saying, oh my God, Angela won and all this other shit they were saying about her. But she posted something on her Instagram and I'm gonna show y'all what she posted. It was kind of funny to me. And this is why I'm actually rooting for Pinky or whatever, because she don't give a fuck about what none of y'all gotta say. But let's go ahead and get into what she posted on Instagram real quick. Seems like I thought that was funny as hell. We love a queen that can make fun of herself. We absolutely love that for a queen. We love a queen that can do. We love a queen that can do that. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But that's just the thing. That's just what I feel about the situation. So, like I said, I'm actually rooting for Pinky. And I think I'm rooting for Pinky more so because the hate that she's getting already is very forced, in my opinion. I don't even know why the people are giving her so much fever. I don't understand why, but that's what Housewives fans do. Before the show even come out, when they get on Twitter and say who they hate and who they love already and shit like that, which I don't get and don't understand, honey. But whatever, honey. That's it. That's all. Let's move on to the next topic. Now, let's get to my girl, K Michelle. Okay. Now, Andy did a interview, not really an interview, but I think he did a podcast because I think Andy got a podcast or whatever. And with this new season of the Real House, what the fuck happened? Wait a minute. Wait. What happened? Oh, because with this new season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Andy is talking about everything that's going down with the season, but he said that it's going to start off with a big bang in the best of ways, and he's very excited about K Michelle and all of those different things. And this is why I don't give a fuck about what anybody got to say about my excitement about this woman coming on this show. She's good TV, she's talented as fuck, she's funny as hell, and I don't give a damn. And I'm just gonna go on and say this because there's this one person that keeps coming. I don't see them any other time. I only see them when I'm talking about K Michelle. All I gotta say is this: if you can't take the fact that I'm a big K Michelle fan, whether it's on TV or music, and I'm saying something positive about her, then don't watch. I don't need your negativity every time I talk about her. That's it. That's all. You know who you are. So please don't say anything to me. That's it. That's all. But anyway, y'all, let's get into what Andy had to say about K Michelle. Now let's go ahead and put this in here because he was gushing, honey, and I understand the gushing. Let's get into it.
Cast we have been waiting for. K Michelle. Now, are you familiar with K Michelle?
Yes.
Oh, you are too, Jordan?
Yeah.
I loved her on. I was watching Love and Hip Hop when she was on.
Yeah.
She's so good. I'm so excited.
I have never seen one frame of Love and Hip Hop. Now, once we started filming and I was reading hot sheets from Atlanta, I DM'd K Michelle to say, "You're so great. I'm so glad you're on the team." What did I find? But a DM from K Michelle from like 2023 or something being like, "I need a peach. This is the show that I belong on." Somehow I had missed this. Oh my God.
I know. No, she's a superstar.
And in the interview chair, are you kidding me? And then, do you know Pinky?
Yes.
The founder of Slutty Vegan? Had you heard of Slutty Vegan before?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm so
Jordan's a vegan.
Yes, I didn't know her that well as like, just a person with a personality.
They're pals. And then like Phaedra's known Pinky for 10 plus years from around Atlanta. Pinky and Shamia are pals. Portia and K Michelle are pals. K Michelle and Pinky go way back. Like it's a real group, but when I tell you, I was cackling at the premiere. Now, I had seen it, and we had a little, I watched the cuts, and we give notes, and there was work to be done, but I was like, wow, this is like super promising. But boy, so I'm 5 episodes into Atlanta of cuts, and it is a delight.
And Andy know what's good. Andy know what's good TV, bitch. Like, come on, bitch. K Michelle is everything. And y'all can hate her. Y'all can not like her. Y'all can do whatever you feel. I don't give a damn. I'm here for K Michelle coming on this show. K Michelle is funny. She's dramatic. She knows how to get the party started. And she can take accountability if she's right or if she's wrong. She can do all of those things. And I'm here for it. Girl, give it to me. I'm here for K Michelle. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be laughing at this shit. Like, this is what we need. We needed somebody to come on the Housewives of Atlanta with some type of K Michelle type of energy. And what I mean by K Michelle type of energy is she's a strong character. She's witty. She's funny. She really ain't got to do a lot to actually be funny. And she got the antics. Like, I'm not saying that she's going to give what Nene gave to the Real Housewives of Atlanta because K Michelle and Nene are 2 different people. But at the same time, they're both big personalities. And when Nene was on the show, she was a huge part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Just like when K Michelle was on Love and Hip Hop, she was a big part of Love and Hip Hop. She was one of the main reasons why a lot of us tune into the show. A lot of people say that Jocelyn solely made Love and Hip Hop on her own, but she did not. K Michelle and Jocelyn pretty much were co-anchors of that show. Now, when K Michelle left after season 2, they're not gonna say that Jocelyn kind of carried the show on her own, but she didn't do it by herself at the beginning. Her and K was running that goddamn show. So just hearing Andy gush over my girl, I'm very excited, and I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it. Girl, get your things, K. Get your things, girl. That's what I'm here for. All right, so we're gonna move on to the last topic of the day, and that is Kenya Moore and Brit Eady. This is still a beef that is still going on, y'all. And I don't know why it's still going on, but baby, it's still going on, y'all. So this is also coming from No Chaser. Shout out to No Chaser for supplying me with all of the stories that I needed for today. But it starts off a little something like this. I don't know if y'all can see it, so let me make this bigger. Y'all probably still can't see it that well, but I'm gonna read it anyway. So Brit Eady says, for the past 2 years, I have dealt with ongoing harassment and unwanted behavior from the public, and the same individual, someone who publicly associates themselves with Bravo. I have stayed quiet. I have focused on healing. I have chosen not to engage. Let me be clear. I had any continued comments and subtle shots, public mentions, or attempts to provoke me need to stop immediately. At this point, any continued behavior is intentional and reckless. Everything is being documented, okay? That is what Brit Eady has to say. I honestly don't know why here's the thing. I don't know why Brit Eady is still out here playing victim in this whole situation, because don't nobody really be talking about her like that, to be quite honest. And my thing is, you already tried to file out this big ass lawsuit against Bravo and that didn't work out. Now you're doing more. And my thing is, what's your tea? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what's your tea? What's going on here? You feel what I'm saying? Now, Kenya comes in, and this is what Kenya got to say. Now, let me put this back up here. Let me put this up here like this. Okay, here we go.
Any last words? Oh.
I think she already gave her last words.
I think you're. Now I didn't say who is this hoe. I did not say this today, and I'm not gonna say it because unlike her, I have not burned my bridge with Bravo. I speak to them often, and trust me, I've heard a lot of people saying things, and I'm not gonna be activated with the ghost. I'm just not gonna do that. Let that person go ahead and do what they want to do, because at the end of the day, am I a traitor or am I faithful? What do you guys think? I have been a faithful to the day I died. The moment I stepped on this Bravo TV set or in front of these Bravo cameras, I have been a faithful. I think everybody can agree with that, right? Okay. I've had horrendous things happen to me as a faithful. And I have never betrayed, the network. So, and I'm not going to start now. But at the end of the day, if it's not me, it will never be you. It will never be you. So, clock that T. So, what else is going on?
Well, that's what Kenya said. She said, if it ain't her, it'll never be Brit, in so many words. Here's the thing. I'm gonna need for Kenya and Brit to probably shut the fuck up. To be quite honest, I need them both to shut up, because I feel like at the end of the day, she's doing. I think that Brit is doing a lot, but I also think that Kenya kind of is too. And I think that Brit plays victim a lot, because she was the main one that sat up here and decided that I'm gonna threaten people with choppers and all this other shit that she was sitting up here doing, which was very stupid of her to do that. Like, she sat up there and did all that, and then Kenya chose to take it to the next level and get her job taken away. So Kenya ultimately let a newbie trick her out of her own damn spot. So she really ain't got nobody else but herself to blame. And I just don't see Bravo bringing Kenya back in any capacity. Like, I don't see it, because they done got sued based off of some shit that she did. So it's like, are they really gonna bring you back? Are they really gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they really gonna bring you back? I mean, I don't know. They just might. Who knows? I mean, I don't know if they'll bring her ass back or not. I don't believe they will. But that's just me. Who knows? I don't see it. I don't know about y'all, but I honestly don't see them bringing Kenya ass back for nothing in the world. I don't see it. But stranger things have happened. But that's pretty much it, y'all. This is all Housewives tea. What you guys got to say about any other things that we talked about today? Leave it down below if you got something to say. 2026 is all about engagement, honey. So go ahead, engage in the comments, engage with one another, be respectful to me, be respectful to one another. Okay, now before we get up out of here, be sure to tune in to the Scene ATL tonight. I don't know what time it's coming on. We'll know when the time comes, honey. But the Scene ATL airs tonight later on. All right. Be sure to tune in to. Be sure to pick up my book. That's Why You're Lonely. It is now available on Amazon and Kindle Books. Okay. Now, with that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
That 20, yeah, you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You don't found one, yeah, you don't found one. You don't found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catch a face, shots fired, catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get you some gravy. Cut that lady check, why you out here being lazy? I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact, a bitch, I'm the reason, when it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Wet had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's giving.
Big bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up. Don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my sucker hole. Don't ever play us. This the real hustle. We make the money, don't make it make us. They ain't bout shit. Talking out they neck. Bitch, we bring the heat every time we step. You fucking with a beast. Fucking with the best. Get money on the east. Plug on the west. Bitch, I'm from the north. But we run it south. Bitch, we outside. What you talking about? Who the fuck is me? No, who the fuck is you? Get these niggas.